All right, good afternoon. My name is Edwin Gonzalez. I'm about to do the interviews for English 1301.
My name is Dillon. I'm Edwin's brother, half brother. It's an interview for English.
Okay, starting off with the first question. What was life like in our family before Sis Beth was born?
Before since Beth was born, life was pretty different. Back then, we didn't have to worry about what the baby was gonna eat, what the clothes she was gonna wear. Now every time I'm out, I always think about what I should buy her whenever I come visit. I always think about what food I should buy her. I don't know, back then, I guess life did seem a little bit more simple. I think after a baby is born, your perspective of life kind of changes.
Okay, what did a typical day look like back then?
Back then, I feel like we didn't really have a lot of worries. We would just wake up, go to school, come home, and just worry about ourselves. But now since Beth is born, we can't just worry about ourselves. We gotta worry about her. We gotta worry about what she's gonna eat. We gotta worry about if we're taking good care of her.
So would you say life was pretty basic back then?
I would say that life was pretty basic back then. I feel like having a baby, in your life helps you grow up quicker. So now I kind of feel like an adult, even though it's not my baby. I feel like an uncle now.
Okay, moving on to the second question. How did you feel when you first found out about the pregnancy?
When I first found out, I was very excited because I always wanted younger siblings, but I never grew up with younger siblings, so I don't know. Having a little niece was kind of similar to having a younger sibling, so I was very excited, and I was excited to dress her up. So yeah, about it.
You remember where you were, or what you were doing at the moment?
I was just at my house, and then I remember my sister told me that, she got a text, and she told me that our brother was having a baby, and I don't know, it was just a simple day, but for some reason, I still remember it because this is a special day.
And were you nervous at all, scared, excited?
I wasn't nervous because I knew that my brother was gonna step up. He was gonna be a good dad, and I knew that our family could help him out, that we could take care of her. And I was most excited out of anything, so I wasn't really scared.
Yeah. Okay, now to the third question. What do you remember the most about the day she was born?
The day that she was born, I remember I wanted to be there when she was born. I think I was getting out of work, and I drove as fast as I could because it told me that the mom was going into labor. But I think we got here a little too late, so we weren't able to go with them to the hospital. But I still wanted to be there, so I had to drive to the hospital because I wanted to be there. It didn't matter who she went with because we just had to be there.
How was that drive from work to the hospital? Because we work on the north side in Target, and the hospital's all the way on the south side in Bentall. And I remember that day it was raining. So were you scared of driving in the rain, or?
I was not scared. I wasn't worried about my life. Just wanted to be present because I think whenever you're born is a very special time, and I don't want my niece to ask me where I was when she was born, and I don't want to say that I wasn't there, that I wasn't present. So that day I didn't care, even though there was traffic. I just had to be there.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the fourth question. What does her birth mean to you personally?
Her birth means a lot to me because I kind of see her as a niece, as a little sibling, kind of like a daughter too. I mean, she kind of looks like me. We all kind of look alike, so it's hard not to see the resemblance. And I don't know, it's weird because I just see like a little me basically. I see her as a daughter kind of.
So you feel like you would be a second dancer?
I am a second dad to you. I am. I don't know if there could be like I'm like the closest thing there is to being a second dad to you.
What about me?
I'm the third closest thing that there is to being a dad to her.
Did it shift your priorities or values in any way?
It did shift my priorities because I think back then I didn't really care about the future. I didn't care about studying. And then I know that now that the family is growing, eventually I'm gonna have kids too. I know that I had to get somewhere in life. I have to be there for whenever they grow up, because whenever they start growing up, they need a lot of more necessities. They need to grow up in a good environment, so you have to be present. You need to acknowledge that whenever you think about them.
So, and working towards a better future for yourself, you're also trying to provide a better future for her?
I think so. I think it goes hand in hand, because if I could have a good future for myself, then she's gonna have a good future also.
Yeah. Okay, now to the fifth question. Has she changed the way you think about family or the future?
I say yes to both, because now that I think about the future, is making me think how I would want to be for when I have kids. And she's just like the first try, I guess, as to being a father. So I want to be a good uncle for her, and eventually a good dad. And what was the other question?
What hopes or dreams do you have now because of her?
I'm hoping that, well, I'm not hoping, I know that she inspires me now to finish school, to get a good career. She inspires me because I want to be there when she's 15. I'll be a padrino in her 15. I don't know, I had to get her a car for her 15 or her sweet 16, I don't know, but I definitely know I want to do something for her whenever she gets older.
So you're excited for your quinceañera?
Yeah, I think things in our culture is something that we get excited for. I know it doesn't have a lot of meaning, it's just a number, but it's in our culture, so I also get excited for it. I don't know. That's kind of like seeing a daughter grow up, or a niece, but she's my daughter.
Okay, and the sixth question. How did you imagine life would change with a new baby?
The way I imagined life would change with the new baby, I knew that I would have to change personally. I knew that I would have to start being more responsible. Can't be going to sleep late anymore in case the baby needs something early in the morning. I had to adjust to her schedule. I can't be coming up with my schedule. I'm not working like on my rules now. It's like her rules now, kind of.
Yeah. Okay, did you feel ready at the time? Like you would be able to step up and be a good uncle if you had to?
At the time, I knew that I'm always good with kids. I knew that she was going to like me, but I didn't feel prepared in a responsible way. I didn't know how to change diapers back then. I didn't know how to prepare her food or something like that. And I knew that I was going to have to learn a lot. But I wasn't worried. I was a bit worried, but for the most part, I was confident because I knew I was going to be a good uncle.
Yeah. Okay, now to the seventh question. What were some challenges or worries you had before she arrived?
I think one of the biggest worries was I just wanted to be there, kind of. I feel like that's one of the most important things, because I want to see her grow up. I want to be there when she was like a little baby, to when she's a toddler, to when she's a little bit older. I just want to be the present, and one of the biggest worries is that I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah. So obviously, we all grew up without a father, so would you say that you wanted to be there for her? Or that you want to be there for her?
Yeah, I wanted to be there for her. I mean, she has her dad, and I know she's not gonna leave. He's not gonna leave her, but I think seeing, or like if she witnesses us having a good relationship, then that's gonna affect the way she thinks about if she ever gets siblings, or I think it's just important for her to see us have a good relationship with like the rest of our family.
Yeah.
And even though her grandpa's not gonna be there, I think she's gonna be able to see that we still have good relationship with her.
Yeah. Okay, now to the eighth question. What kind of future do you hope she has?
Mm, I feel like if I was a parent, I'm one of those parents that would enforce what I wanted onto them. But if I could, I would probably make her be a drummer or something, or study some type of music. I already bought her some toy drums, so I want to keep buying her drums as she grows up, and hopefully she finds a passion. But if she doesn't, that's completely okay with her. But I do hope she has hobbies, because I think hobbies are important. So maybe a sport or reading, anything. But if she doesn't, that's up to her. She could play video games or whatever. I'll be happy with whatever she wants, and I'll be there to buy her whatever she wants.
Okay, and on to the ninth question. What was one of your earliest memories with her?
I think one of the earliest memories, well, of course, when she was born, but a couple weeks after, when she actually started being a little bit older. I don't know, when she started opening her eyes, I think that was a very special moment, because she seemed more alive, and I think after a while you could kind of start seeing the resemblance. So it was I don't know, it was a special moment. It kind of hit different, because it's just such a strange thing how how you could like make a clone out of yourself, kind of. And I could just see a little clone of my brother.
Okay, and were you scared of holding her? Or did you feel like you had to be super sensitive around her?
I was kind of scared of holding her. Because I know babies are very sensitive, and I remember that when I first started carrying her, even though she was little, she kind of moved around, and I remember that her skull was very soft, and I didn't want to mess with it. I didn't want her to get injured. I didn't want to be like the reason she had some type of mistake. So I was scared, but I just couldn't. I wouldn't say no to holding her. So I had to get the courage to hold her and to carry her. But now that she's a little bit older, I'm very comfortable with her, and I just throw her in the air. She gets very happy.
Okay, and on to the final question. What was something about her that always makes you smile?
Whenever she smiles, always makes me smile. I think just seeing her happy just makes me happy. I like carrying her and making her dance. She always seems to enjoy that. And she has the cutest smile, even though she doesn't have teeth. I think it's what makes it cuter. She has I don't know, she has a very bright smile. She's a very smart kid already. So just seeing her grow up makes me very happy.
Okay, and the 11th question. What kind of career do you hope she has?
The career that I hope that she has might be a veterinarian, because I don't know. One day I just kind of wish that I grow up and I have a farm, and I don't know. I want her to be there, take care of my animals, and I also see the way that she is towards animals. She seems kind of curious about them, so I'm hoping that curiosity develops furthermore. And also because some other babies, sometimes they don't know how to be gentle with animals, but so far she's knows how to be gentle with animals, which I think is kind of unique.
So obviously you hope she attends college?
Yeah, I do hope that she attends college. I think college is kind of important. And even though in our family not a lot of people have attended college, I hope that we could be an example. So now she has an example, and she could be motivated to pursue it and see that it is possible to go to college and follow a career path that you want.
Okay, moving on to the 12th question. Do you think us growing up without a dad could impact her in any way?
I think it kind of depends on how my brother sees it. I don't know how that impacted him, but I think he knows that he needs to be better than our father was. I think he knows that he's gonna be better. I do believe that he's gonna be better. He's gonna be there for her baby. And then I think that's gonna create a big effect on her, because now she's gonna have two perspectives growing up, where we just had one perspective growing up. We only grew up with the mother, so I don't know. it helps having both parents. So
Yeah. Okay, how do you think our experience growing up shaped us?
mm, I think it was a little bit different because we didn't grow up together, but the way me and my sister grew up, it was I don't know, kind of religious. And then I don't know how y'all were, but now that we used to disagree on a lot of things, but now we kind of started agreeing on more. And I mean, it's okay to have disagreements,
Yeah.
but for the most part, we agree most of it.
And do you think your experience growing up will be different from ours?
I think it will be because I think they're just gonna have more support. I think growing up, we didn't have much support. We didn't have like I don't know. I think we used to have a big family, and then the family kind of separated. But now we know that we're not gonna make the same mistakes that our family did before. So now she's gonna grow up with the big family, and she's gonna be used to that. She's not gonna be used to being separated from her family every single day, or uh, spending holidays alone, or having birthdays with her. So
Yeah.
she's gonna have a different experience.
And on to the 13th question. Has you changed your perspective on having kids?
I wouldn't say she would change that because I always wanted kids, and she just kind of like reassured me that it would be a lovely thing.
Yeah.
And I think if I had kids, they would be good friends because I don't know. Yeah, it would be a cute family. So it just makes me want to have kids even more. So
Yeah.
And she's like a great kid, so she behaves very well. She doesn't really cry, but it does take a lot of responsibility. But I do want to have kids, just like her.
Okay, and after taking care of her and handling her, do you think that you would be ready to take care of a child of your own?
I don't think I'm there yet. I'm getting there. Learning a little bit by little by little. I know how to change diapers now. I know how to burp her. I think I'm kind of lacking in the attention span sometimes. I don't really pay attention to whenever she wanders off a little bit. I don't know, but I think if I had a kid, I would be gentle the way I'm gentle to her.
Yeah.
I think she appreciates that, or she's gonna appreciate it when she grows up. And I think my kids would too.
And the last question. Do you have friends who have babies?
I don't got friends that got babies. I don't think we're at that age yet. I think, none of them have babies, thankfully, yet. Well, I mean, even if they have babies, I would help them out too. And I feel like I'm just somebody who always liked kids. I just want to see the kids grow up happy with their parents. And I just want to be that cool uncle that just helps out, makes them happy, gets them a lot of things.